Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. Hit that subscribe button down below and make sure you hit the notification bell because you really don't want to miss an upload of a video because I have some really good ones coming, and I know I've said that a lot. If you guys are returning, you guys are probably like, she says that all the time, but this time I'm being serious. I have hit a new high, but I will tell you all about that when I get into the video. Anyway, welcome. My name is Madison. I am doing this to share. I have this YouTube channel to share my recovery journey through anorexia with y'all and just to share life with y'all. I love filming videos for you guys, and we're here to get down and get fun and have a great time. And so today I am going to be doing, I asked you guys on my Instagram what questions about my recovery you guys had, or my eating disorder you had, that I could answer for you guys. And I also am going to give you a little recovery update throughout all of that. So if you're not following my Instagram and you're like, what the heck, I want to follow her Instagram, at Madison Parmenter, down below. You can check me out. The link will be down below. And yeah, follow me because I'm going to do lots of videos involving my Instagram coming up. And so if you want to be involved in that, make sure you follow me down below. But anyway, guys, before I ramble for 20 minutes, let's get into the question. I'm going to start it off with question number 1, which is, I'm new here, exclamation point. Can you sum up your journey so far? Well, welcome. And of course, I can sum up my journey so far. Okay, so, it's going to be a long video. So, I am 19 years old. I go to JMU. I'm a freshman, finishing up my freshman year. I always was a pretty good eater when I was a kid. My mom always cooked really well and good meals. She used to be a chef, so we always ate very well, and I didn't really have problems. And it didn't start to get a little funky until I was about a freshman in high school, but going into my sophomore year is when I started to get a little funky. But even then, I wasn't really bad. I was more just like, there were certain things I didn't want to do. Like, I didn't want to go out to eat. I didn't want to eat if I didn't know how many calories were in something. It was just like little things like that. And then it got better for a while. Junior year was really, really good. And then my senior year of high school, going into my senior year, summer, going into it, and then beginning of senior year, pretty much all of senior year, it was really bad. I got to my lowest weight, and basically that was when I was officially diagnosed with anorexia nervosa. I think that's how you say it. I don't really know. That was when I was diagnosed with my eating disorder, is fall of senior year. Fall of 2017. And I was at my lowest weight. I was very, very restrictive. I wasn't eating anything. Like, I was eating. Like, it was never a problem with me with food and eating. Like, I always ate. I always ate 3 meals. I always ate. I just didn't eat enough. And it was very restrictive of what I would eat. Like, if I had a bigger lunch someday, I would then have like an apple for dinner or a bowl of vegetables for dinner. Like, I wouldn't eat. I would always supplement and make up for what's going to happen. So, or like if I knew I was going to be going out to dinner that night, I would eat very little throughout the day so I could save the calories for that night. And so it was I was in a very dark place. I had this thing controlling my head. And I really didn't have a say of what I wanted to do. I couldn't trust myself, really. I thought I could, but I couldn't. And so my parents started to notice, before I was diagnosed, they started to notice I looked really, really thin. And they were like, whoa, what's going on? And so obviously went to the doctor and all that, and then I went to a therapist. And then I got diagnosed, because I don't know if they officially diagnosed you, but it was diagnosed, they said. And then from there, when I was at my lowest weight, I started going to see a therapist regularly, which I had already been doing for anxiety, but now I was going to be seeing an eating disorder therapist. And then I started seeing a nutritionist. And let me tell you, when I first went to this nutritionist, I was not a fan. I did not want to be there. Like, she's my best friend now. Oh, I love Kate so much. She's my best friend. But in the beginning, and we laugh about this all the time, I did not want to be there. I got there and she gave me this meal treatment plan thing that I needed to follow. I needed to go, like I needed to do fists and amounts and everything. And your girl was like, No, I'm not doing that. Nope. But it wasn't really me. That's the thing. It was my disorder. But because I was so ill that I did not know it was him telling me that, I thought it was my own thoughts. I was being so controlled by this disorder that I couldn't say what I actually felt like. And so I didn't want to do it. I was very restrictive. I was rude. I was actually really rude to her the first day, and I feel kind of bad looking back on it. But, I mean, she's used to it. Like, she's told me, she's like, literally, people hate me at first, and then they love me. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of sad. But, I mean, it's true, because she's the bad guy at first, telling you what you have to do, what you have to make up for, and no one wants to hear that. No one wants to hear that. And so I started doing that, and I was doing really well, and we were getting going and everything, and I started gaining some weight back, and then I kind of backtracked, which she thought I was going to do, because usually when you start eating a more normal amount again, your metabolism speeds up even more, and then you end up losing a little bit of weight. So then, because I lost some more weight, I had to then go start doing supplements, which was like protein shakes and Ensure and Boost and stuff. And let me just tell you, that stuff is disgusting. I don't like that stuff. You can taste the nutrition. I know that sounds so bad. Like, it doesn't taste like veggies. You can taste the powder of the protein powder and everything, and it's really just not my favorite thing. It's not my thing. I don't recommend it. But if you have to do it, you have to do it. But I'm not a fan. And so I had to do those, and we started doing those for a while, and then in January of 2018, which was my senior year, she came up with a designated plan, more structured, because originally it was just fists and amounts, like, but now it was like designated, like, actual meal plan, like, this is what you should eat, like these food groups and these, but it was more specific, so it was like actual food items, and you had different options each day. I was very scared going into that, because I'm a person that likes to be in control, and that's part of, I think, where my disorders stem from, is wanting to be in control of something in my life, even though I was never really in control. And because I thought I was in control, but I never really was, because my disorder was telling me I was, but I wasn't. And so I didn't like the fact that I was being told I had to eat a certain way, like eat this kind of food, like these specific things. I couldn't choose anymore, and I didn't like that, because I was like, what? I want to be able to pick. Like, I was like, excuse me, what's going on? I was not a fan. So that made me mad. But then I got over it, and I did really well with that for a while, and I was doing pretty good. And then about April, I had a slip back, a pretty big one too. A more intensive treatment for me, but I wasn't going inpatient, but I was going to an intensive outpatient care, which meant that I had to go, or IOP for short, which meant I had to go for 3 nights a week for 3 hours. And it's just like extra therapy, like extra group therapies and stuff, and you would eat dinner with them 3 nights a week. And if you guys want me to talk more about my experience with IOP, comment down below, or send me a message on Instagram, whatever it is, just let me know if you want to hear more about IOP. I'd be willing to talk about it as much as I can, of course, but I would love to. I didn't have a lot of stress first semester, so I did pretty good. I did slip back a little bit because I didn't factor in how much walking to how much I needed to eat to make up for all the walking I was doing, so I wasn't eating enough for the amount of walking I had to do, but we fixed that for a little bit. But first semester wasn't really stressful with school and classes and all that, so I was fine. But then second semester, my disorder really likes to feed on my stress. And so second semester, I was really, really stressed at the beginning. I had no time to do anything, and so I was overwhelmed. And it got to the point where I kind of had a breakdown and was like, Mom, Dad. I was like, Dad, you need to come get me. I can't be in here anymore. Can you please come get me? I don't want to be at school anymore. I can't do it anymore. I can't do school and fighting this. I can't do school. And obviously, he didn't come get me. But he called me and we talked me through it, and we talked about what was going on, and I ended up dropping a class because I was taking, all my classes I was taking were just too much workload for the amount I was doing for my disorder and working. I was working 2 full-time jobs. I was doing a full-time student job, and I'm doing a full-time job of trying to beat this disorder. And so I ended up dropping a class, but I'm getting better. Like today, I had breakfast with a friend, and I don't know, I'm getting better, almost like I don't really need my parents there, and now I'm just kind of like, I don't really need them for the accountability anymore. I just like talking with them in the morning. That's kind of what it's turned into. But that's kind of where I am now. I know that was like a really, really shortened version of my story. And so you were looking for if you guys want a more detailed and long version of what the heck happened and what all went down, I have a whole video about my eating disorder story that I will leave links down below. The next one, what kickstarted your road to recovery? Okay, so when I first was diagnosed with an eating disorder, I didn't really want to do anything about it because in my mind I was like, no, I eat, I don't have an eating disorder. But then as I thought about it more, I realized I did. But I didn't think I had a problem when I first was diagnosed with one. I was like, I don't have a problem. There's nothing wrong with me. People were coming to my mom and my parents and my sister and were saying like, is your daughter okay? She looks really ill. She looks really thin. Like, what's going on with her and everything? And I was like, I'm fine. Like, everybody needs to shut up. I'm fine. I just have a thin physique. I'm built like my dad's side of the family. I'm fine. Like, don't come at me. Like, I was like really, really mad. And it wasn't until my younger cousin Paige, who on my mom's side, who messaged me. She texted me one day. It was after homecoming senior year. She texted me and she was like, I don't remember exactly what she said, but for the gist, she said, hey, love you, cuz. I just wanted to pop in and make sure you're doing okay. I saw your pictures. Your dress was really pretty, but you look really ill, and I'm sorry if you don't take this the wrong way, but I really care about you, and your future means a lot to me, and I really look up to you as my older cousin, and right now your future looks fuzzy, and it really scares me because I want you to be in the future with us, and if you're really struggling, please tell your parents, please tell people, please get help. You look really ill, and I'm worried about you, and please, please, I love you so much. It was something around those lines. I feel like I was doing a monologue. I was like, da, 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 da. And getting that message was kind of like, whoa. Maybe I do have a problem. Maybe I do have an issue. Like, it wasn't until I got that, and I don't know why that message made me go, whoa, I need to start actually taking this seriously. But it did, and it's really weird. Like, that was definitely the first strand. Like, I saw that message, and I kind of was like, holy crap. Like, because, like, when my mom's friends were noticing, I was like, they're like 40-something, 50-something. I was like, I don't care what they say. But the fact that my younger cousin was like, I really look up to you and your future looks fuzzy, I was like, what? And so I started to actually think, and I was like, wait, maybe I do have a problem. And so, like, I had a serious conversation with my mom, and I was like, okay, I'm ready to actually do this. I'm actually ready to take this seriously. I'm actually going to fight this. I want to get rid of this. I don't like the fact that people think I'm going to die and all that jazz. If I'm being honest, I've had different little things that have jump-started different parts of my recovery. And that's definitely the main one that jump-started my whole recovery journey, is that message from my cousin. Next question. Do you feel a lot better from your recovery? Well, I'm not completely recovered yet, but I have started to notice that I have been feeling a little bit better in certain ways. I'm not going to sit here and say I feel great all the time, because I don't. And I definitely have stomach pains, and I'm uncomfortable and all that. I notice that the more I take care of myself and the more I nourish my body more and feed my body and fuel a correct amount, I have more energy, I feel better, my skin looks better, my hair grows more. I just feel a little bit better. I feel a lot better physically. How did you stop counting calories? So that's kind of a hard one, because I think it's different for everyone. Calorie counting is a tricky thing. I never really counted calories. I more just like knew the calories of certain foods. And so I guess they kind of calorie counted, but I never sat and like added up my calories for the day. I never tracked my calories. But I knew calories of certain things. Like, I knew calories of every single fruit, every single vegetable, things I generally ate each day, I knew the calories of. So I guess I was aware of them, but I never really counted them. But in general of like, how did I stop thinking about calories is what I'll answer, because I didn't really count them. But the way like I stopped thinking about them and like focusing like what I choose based off of how many calories it was, because that's where I struggled with, is like I didn't really count them, but I knew like, okay, well this brownie has like 200 calories and this apple has like 80. I'm going to choose the apple because it's low calorie, that kind of thing. Like I was like, I knew the calories of everything, but I would choose the lower calorie option. And I still struggle with that at times. It's not as bad. I definitely have been able to push more and be like, you know what, I don't care. It's food. Food is food. Food is fuel. It makes you feel good. So I've kind of been able to do better about that. But I definitely still struggle a little bit because I'm still working on my mindset and still working on my whole picture in my recovery, since I am still trying to weight restore. But I don't really think about it that much. Sometimes I catch myself a lot, like going to get lunch, or like in the dining hall they'll have calories and stuff above things, which is really annoying because like I don't want to see that, but I can't really escape that because that's the society we're in today. We're a very health conscious society and I have to deal with that, which sucks when you have something like I'm going through, because it doesn't help you seeing all these things that you don't want to see. So I'll go to the dining hall and I'll see like, I'll go to the dining hall really wanting something, and then I'll see the calories and I'll be like, just kidding, I don't want that. And I'll catch myself doing that, and I'll be like, wait a second, like, do you really not want it, or do you not want it because you saw the calorie amount? And it's like, calories don't mean anything. Calories are just a number. All food digests the same. It feels the same. Some food may fill you up more than others, but it all digests the same. Calories don't matter. Next question. When did your disorder start, and does anything trigger it to start? Okay, well, I already talked about when it started. It started when I was in high school. Did anything trigger it to start? Triggers. I do have triggers. They're different. They've changed so much throughout my recovery. Like, it used to be everything. Like, if I saw one weight loss thing or saw a person exercising, I was like, oh, I'm fat. But like, now it's more just like, I've noticed that it's more like, if there's someone in my life that I see complaining about their physique or about what they're eating or about their figure, and I think that they look beautiful and I think that they look healthy and they're thin and they're beautiful, and they're saying, oh, I'm fat, I really shouldn't eat this, I need to go burn off all these calories, I'm going to get fat, I need to lose weight. When I hear people like that say that, mostly girls, that's what triggers me. That really triggers my disorder. That does. And then stress. Holy macaulay poly oly. Stress triggers my disorder. For sure. And then, what's the biggest change you've seen in your recovery since the start of this semester? Ooh, that's a good one. Since the start of this semester, I have gotten a lot more stronger, obviously. But I also have kind of become more of a rational thinker. At the beginning of the semester, I was really stressed, and even last semester, I didn't really think rationally, and I would still have a lot of irrational thoughts, like, if I ate this, I was going to gain 5 pounds. If I ate this, I was going to get fat. If I didn't do this, I was going to get fat. It was just a bunch of irrational thoughts, and if I'm going to gain 10 pounds this week. Like, it was just a bunch of irrational thoughts that were never true, never have been, never are. And this semester, I've noticed that since the beginning, I have become more of a rational thinker, and I've really noticed it recently when I've realized that, like, there's people out there that are going through illnesses like mine, but they can't choose if they continue living because they have to follow. They can take medicine and they can do all different things, all like that. Like cancer, for example, they can do chemo, radiation, they can do all the treatment and everything. But in the end, they don't choose whether or not the cancer actually kills them or if they beat this. Like, they don't get to choose that. They can do everything in their power to try to beat it, but they don't get to choose. But I can choose. And I think I take that for granted when I don't choose to recover and I choose to give in to my disorder, because I realize that, like, there's people out there that can't choose, and that basically they get diagnosed with something and it literally can kill them, and they don't get to choose that or not. But I can choose. And so that's just, like, it's made me want to fight even harder for the people out there that can't choose. And then my last question I have is, where are you at right now? How you doing, babe? Heart. Well, I love you, babe. And right now, I kind of talked about this earlier, I'm in a pretty good space. I'm really fighting. I am trying to live each day I'm trying to live each day one moment at a time. I'm trying not to overplan. I'm trying not to overthink overdo things and not spread myself too thin. I'm trying to just go with the flow more and really just listen to my body. If my body wants an extra cookie, eat an extra cookie. It ain't gonna hurt me. If I want an extra serving of mashed potatoes at dinner, have an extra serving of mashed potatoes. I'm really trying to just listen to my body and give my body what it wants and not what my disorder wants, what my body wants. Even if it takes me a little bit longer to think about what I want, as long as I'm giving my body what it actually wants. And so I think I'm at a pretty good place right now. I'm at the strongest place I've been this semester so far. And I'm just pushing and trying to get even stronger. And that's also why I'm starting to incorporate more recovery videos into my channel, and because it really helps to get the thoughts out there, and I want to spread my love and appreciation for you guys. But I'm at a good place right now. I'm doing good. I'm just trying to fight and take it one moment at a time. Anyway, guys, that is all the questions I'm going to have time to answer today. And because I love these questions so much, like there are certain ones that I was like, I could do a whole video on that. I'm going to do certain questions. I'm going to do a whole video talking about it because I only really answered a little bit about it, and I know I could talk for a whole video about it. So stay tuned for those. I have lots of exciting videos coming up. If you liked it, just give it a big old thumbs up, guys. I know you want to. Make sure you leave a comment down below. Any questions you have. Message me on Instagram if you have any certain questions you want me to answer. I'm going to do more of these throughout the summer. But yeah, I love you guys so much, and I want you to know that I'm here. I love you. You guys are literally amazing, and I literally couldn't do this without you guys and your support. It makes me I just love sharing this part of my life with you. We're thriving, and we're going to get through this together. I'm taking you along for my recovery. Yeah. And make sure you check out last week's video. If you haven't, it's right here. It was a really, really good one. Yes, it was a pretty good one. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.